Welcome back. My name is Jack. Thanks for tuning into the video. It's my goal to help creative music makers make better music at home. Well, I'm really excited because Zhiyun was kind enough to send me this Smooth 5S combo for free for this video. And we're going to talk a little bit about this and why I think it is such a cool and useful thing to have, whether you're a videographer, a vlogger, a YouTuber, a content creator, or anything like that. So we're gonna open this up, take it out of the box, show you how to set it up and balance it with your smartphone. Let's check it out. Because this is the combo, if we flip this over, you'll actually get to see everything that's included in the package here. So we've got a really nice carrying case, the gimbal itself, little tripod, a magnetic fill light that goes on the gimbal, as well as some other materials. So let's go ahead and flip open the box. And you're greeted with this very nice carrying case. It's a very durable, sturdy case that will keep your gimbal nice and safe, and having a solid case that comes with the device is so nice. There's a few things in the box still. We've got the manual itself. This is gonna be your best friend setting up and using this gimbal. I'm gonna talk you through the process, but if at any point you're stuck, I do recommend opening this up and going through the manual, as most of your questions can easily be answered here. We'll set that aside. There's a neat little one sheet here that walks through all of the functions of each of the buttons, especially when you're just getting started with the gimbal. Keep this handy. There's also a QR code up at the top here if you wanna download the full manual, but you've got that there, so you should be good to go. Here's some more information on the back regarding how to actually set up and balance the gimbal, as well as the QR code to download the Cami app, which will give you full functionality over all of the gimbal's features while filming. You're greeted with the beautiful white colored Smooth 5S. This gimbal does come in two different colors, the white and like a steel gray. Take a look at that white, very stylish. So you also get a USB Type-C to USB Type-A charging cable. The manual does recommend that you do use this charging cable with the gimbal, so you're going to want to keep this in the case and be sure to only use this charging cable. Now, there is no brick included, but this device does support up to an 18-watt charger, so just keep that in mind. Included in the package is a nice little tripod adapter that goes on the bottom via a standard tripod screw, so this will allow you to stand up the gimbal. More on that in just a moment. This is a magnetic fill light, so this is a light that attaches to the gimbal via magnet, and it actually comes with, look at all these different filters it comes with. So a bunch of different filters and the light itself. So if you take a look at the light here, it's got a blue filter on it. There's a red filter, an orange filter, and a yellow filter, and they can easily be removed and reattached magnetic. So you pull it off and you can stick them right on. But take a look at this. So with this little magnet light, take the gimbal back out, and the light can be mounted right here. We'll show you more on that in just a moment. I'm gonna go ahead and thread the tripod mount to the bottom of the gimbal so we can set this on the desk and remove what's remaining from the case. So you can see it's a nice sturdy tripod, and it does have rubber feet on the bottom, so you don't have to worry about this sliding or damaging anything that you set it on. And all that's left in the case is a nice Zhiyun brand wrist strap so you don't drop the gimbal, as well as a membership card, so check that out if you want some of the other bundled assets that come with this kit. Now, when you first open up the gimbal, it's gonna be locked in place. All you need to do is go on the rear here, press the lock button, and you'll automatically unlock this rotation right here. To unlock the other two, they're actually just passively retained, whereas this has an active button. These are just passive. All you do is you press it and it will snap and open. Same thing here, press it gently and it will pop and open. A couple things to note, this is the phone mount here. It's non-detachable, but you can rotate it. Right now it's in portrait mode. That would be landscape mode. There are magnet mounts for the included light on either side. So whether you have it in portrait mode or landscape mode, you can do either side, either way. There is a little charging port right here if you want to use the gimbal itself to charge your phone. Really cool that they've added that, but do keep in mind that it will reduce or impact the battery life of the actual gimbal itself if you're using the gimbal to charge your phone. On this arm right here, there is a little lock wheel. This is gonna be primarily what you use to stabilize the phone. There's a nice ruler on here so you can remember where you've had it, and it's really not that hard to use. Before you put your phone in the gimbal and get it all stabilized, you're gonna wanna download the Cami app. This is the app that they recommend with the Zhiyun Smooth 5S. So we're gonna open that up here, and this is like a camera app, but it's specifically made to use and maximize the functions of the gimbal. You don't have to use this camera app, but for full functionality, it is recommended. Now, this is not an auto-stabilizing gimbal, so you can't just put the phone in the gimbal and have it stabilized by itself. You do have to manually stabilize it and adjust it, but I honestly don't mind that, as I feel you get more stability out of this gimbal and a better picture when you manually stable it and just make sure it's as steady as possible. So I've got my iPhone right here. We're going to be using this, and this is a really nice phone mount in the sense that it gets very large, and even if you have a large phone, you should have no problem fitting it. Now I do want to use this gimbal in landscape mode, so I'm going to gently rotate the phone mount here like so. And you'll notice on this part of the phone mount, there's a little icon that shows that the camera needs to be on this side. So we're going to pay attention to where the camera is at on our phone. We're going to go ahead and mount it, case and all, inside of this phone mount. Now you do want to make sure that you're not too close to this, so we'll slide it a little bit, but how we balance it will also make a difference. Now you're going to want to undo this joint right here and slide it left and right until you're able to balance the phone horizontally. You can see with this all the way slid to the right, it falls to the right. If I slide it to the left, you can see it slides to the left, and it's just not stable. So we're gonna go ahead and try the middle here. I think we're gonna go ahead and go with that, and we'll rotate this to twist it down. Even if we bump it a bit, it still is in a pretty good spot. Now, another hint that things are looking good is if you're able to rotate this and this still balances pretty well. If you find that you're moving this a bunch and you're still not able to get it balanced, you may want to actually move the phone physically in the mount this way or that way, just to make sure that it's in there centered well so that this can center well. Once you hold down the power button, you'll see the display at the top will actually let you know what mode you're in. The first mode that you get when your device powers on is your typical pan and follow mode. So that allows you to go left and right, up and down, and with your wrist you can rotate and actually move the device left and right. So lots of functionality on this. You can see just how stable it is, but how easy it is to move if you need to move quickly. You can see you've got a few different things on my desk here. Really nice feature. If you press mode again, the screen will illuminate with an L. Now this means lock mode, so you can still go left and right, you can still go up and down, but if you twist here, you can see it's not moving at all. It's locked on to where we started. Now, if we double tap mode, we can actually go back to the previous mode, which is a really nice feature. If we hold down the mode button, we'll actually enter into the power saving standby mode, which is indicated by the 5 mode lights pulsing on and off. We'll hold mode again to resume operation. Now in the POV mode, or point of view mode, all 3 motors actually respond to your movements. So you have full functionality and full flexibility while you're filming. Really nice feature. The final mode is actually V mode, which stands for vortex, and with the joystick, this allows you to shoot full 360-degree barrel rolls, super smooth and super cool for those creative shots. Now on the back of the device is a handy trigger, and this allows you to track subjects, which can make filming really cool. So 1 press will engage tracking, 2 presses will actually recenter the gimbal once you've moved it. So if you move it around and want it to return to its home position, double tapping will actually return it back to its starting spot. If you want to film yourself in like a selfie mode, you can actually triple tap the trigger and you'll see the camera will rotate and face me, which is a really cool feature. When we're done with the selfie mode, if we triple tap again, it will go back to normal. Now, one of my all-time favorite features of the Zhiyun Smooth 5S has got to be the way that they've built in lights to the gimbal. You've got a light built in right here on the phone mount, as well as our previously seen nifty little magnetic clip-on light. So we're gonna go ahead and attach the magnetic light to the top of the gimbal here, like so. So to engage those lights, you're just gonna do a long press of the light button right there. With that on, you can actually use the wheel here, which will adjust the brightness of those lights. You can see they're getting very bright, and you can go ahead and adjust it down that way. Now, one really nice feature of this gimbal is the focus or zoom ring right here. It's a lot bigger than some of the other gimbals I've used, and it's very smooth, which means it's very easy to push and pull focus. And if you tap the center button here, you can change to zoom mode as well, making it very easy to zoom in and out. You can see right here, we're just gonna go ahead and zoom in on myself and zoom out. Very smooth and very simple with that wheel. Really nice feature, and glad to have it. Now, aside from the mode button, there is your shutter on and off button. Double tapping this will switch to the front facing camera, and pressing it once will actually start recording. Also on the front is the main joystick. This will allow you to angle and move and point the camera however you please, depending on how you're shooting. So if you pull down, you can see that it rotates the camera down. You pull up, it rotates it up. And you can even get some side-to-side rotation depending on the different modes that you use. All in all, I'm really happy and excited about this Zhiyun Smooth 5S phone gimbal. I feel like if you're serious about filmmaking, if you're serious about vlogging or using a phone as your daily filming device, having a gimbal like this is super important. And I think Zhiyun really knocked it out of the park with their product. I think it's a solid option. I'm really excited to have mine. Thanks again to Zhiyun for sending it out. Thank you again so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope to see you in the next one. Peace.